Hello, everyone. Welcome to College Coaching Network Ambassador Club Live. We are actually coming out to day one to discuss with you about making your college decision. So, Claude is going to go over our college organizer software today and be able to provide some tips that students need to know when it comes to making their choice on what college you want to attend.
Yes, let's get started. So, thank you and welcome everybody that's coming out. As we continue to grow this platform out, we're going to do breakout sessions as we grow. And so some of the students will have the ability to go behind the curtain. We won't go live with that, but we'll have industry professionals that'll come out and talk to our students and essay writers and people that can help you find scholarships. So be on the lookout for that if you're actually in the app looking at what we're doing right now. So what we want to talk about is a little bit about the college selection process. One of our success stories that I've talked about in recent history, what we've done is she got accepted into a particular college. When she got accepted into that college, she wanted to basically discard some of the other award letters that were there. And so I kind of talked to her mom about taking those other award letters and writing them an appeal letter, and then using that those other award letters to get more money out of primary college. I have done this for a lot of families, but you have to have a good GPA. You have to have a good ACT score. I didn't have the best score, so it's tough to negotiate when you don't have those credentials. But we want to help you find some of the schools that are out there that offer a lot of money in endowment. Doesn't mean you have to go to those schools, but if you apply to those schools, you can actually get basically more money from those schools, and you can leverage them to get more money out the endowment. So today is about selection. Making a decision on a college is a lot more difficult than what people think. It's not about making a decision on the mascot. If your girlfriend or if your boyfriend's going to the college, that's not always the best fit. And you want to make a decision based upon what's going to be best for you academically and financially in your future. So I'm going to walk you through some things in the app that you can see, and then I'll walk you through how we help kids do research on colleges through our program. So Mika is going to display that out. And so as you do that, I'm going to jump on my side and see how I can jump into. This is the first one that I've done where we did this way. So can you see me out here now?
Can you repeat that?
I said, can you see me out in the app moving around now?
Yes, we can. It was a little choppy for a little bit. Now it's a lot clearer.
Okay. Okay, good deal. So we first of all want to point out a couple of things within the app before I jump into the college selection. So there's a career marketplace, there's a college marketplace, and there's a money marketplace. So I want to kind of point these out if you're kind of like, okay, I'm trying to help my child navigate through this, and I want to know if College Coaching Network can possibly help me out. So in our career marketplace, you have the ability to go out there, and we have basically over 500 plus videos that you can see. And so when you click in there, you're going to have the ability to go out, and you'll see that there is a lot of resources that we tie you guys into, and they're going to walk you through how you can choose different career paths. So if you go out, you'll see you can go under business management, and you can see an accounting and auditing degree or profession. And so when you go into that profession, you see information. So while you're choosing the right college, you want to make sure that they have a good major for whatever it is you want to study at that university. So you can see what the average salary is, and then you can go in here and see that they have about a 1 minute video, 1 minute 30-second video on what an average accountant does in their job or auditor does in their job every day. So we have that. And then you guys have seen us out here doing our podcast, and when we talk to industry professionals. And so we have all of those archived in here. And so you can go out there and listen to some of those replayed podcasts of our 10-10 challenge. So as we continually interview people, if you want to be one that we spotlight, you have some good information that you want to share with the students, reach out to us, admin@collegecoachingnetwork.com, email us, or you can send us a message through Facebook, and we would love to spotlight you as one of our industry professionals that can share with the students what you do in your profession. And so the other part in our app is you have the ability to do the virtual college tours. And so when you come out, you have the ability to go out and see hundreds of colleges that are in our platform. that you have access to. And so we don't charge the universities anything to be on our platform. And so if you know of a local university, or if you're a representative from a university and you want to have the ability to chat with students and gain connection with students that are through our app, then you can do that. And then we can set it up where the students can chat with you, they can email you, or you can put your own virtual tour within our app, and we can build that out for you. Probably take us about 30 minutes to build that out. And so when you come out here, you're going to have the ability to go into the actual experience. And when you go in there, you're going to see that you're going to have the ability to look at different parts of the college campus as you make your decision. Because during this pandemic, a lot of students cannot travel to see what the college campus looks like. So having this app is a great way to go into looking at what the college looks like. So we're going to go to the main campus. And so when you see them come out, the representative is going
Welcome to Johns Hopkins University and the Homewood campus. Before we get started, let me explain the many ways you can explore our beautiful space.
So I'm going to kind of be your tour guide. As you go through here, you can kind of click, and it's going to walk you through the different aspects of the college campus. It's going to give you a 360 virtual tour of the campus. If you have virtual reality glasses, you can put your cell phone inside of those, and you can do like the panoramic virtual reality view of it. You can go to the ceiling and the clouds and all that good stuff. So it's a great way for you to kind of get a feel for what the university looks like and navigate around it. So there's hundreds of universities that you can look at in our platform. I heard myself with back feed. Am I delayed here?
You're okay.
All right. So those are some great aspects that you can gather from the app. So what I want to do real quick is I'm going to jump over into our organizer software. So let me go down to our organizer software, and I may go full screen on this just to make sure that you guys can see it, but I'm going to go first through the app. So let me go here and jump into the organizer software. And I think because I'm coming, well, I think it just popped in. There we go. All right. So can you see this, Mika?
Yes, I'll take it full screen so it can be.
So when you get into the organizer software, there's a lot of things that I want to point out. One is if you've forgotten the password of different scholarship sites you search for, you can kind of click there and show your password. I'm not going to show mine on this live feed. You can text at all. You can text the code we give you to the number, and it's going to sync your cell phone to our software. So if you have a scholarship or application that you don't want to miss a deadline for, you can now have it automated where it will make sure it reminds you. You can put in the name of your high school, your year of graduation, your field of study, and your GPA and weighted and class rank. And then you can also see the national testing dates for the ACT. And what it's going to do is keep your super score built into this platform. And then from there, this is where you do the research that Mika was talking about. So
Clyde,
when I come out here.
Clyde, can you explain to the group what a super score is?
Yes, I'm in nerdy land and I forgot to talk about that. So thank you. So when you take your score, so let's say, for example, my score was horrible. I got a 17. So let's say I took my score again. I'm going to go back in here real quick so they can see. Sometimes visually people want to see it as you're talking about it. So when you come here, let's say I got in the math section, I got a 17. But then the next time I took it, I got a 31. So like if you look here, the score was a 16, right? And then they came back and they took and they got a 31. And so let's say the last time they took it, they got a 36, right? Then it would take your highest math score and that would work towards your overall composite score, right? So with the super score, if you don't do good in 2 sections, but you kill it on 2 other sections, then you can go back now and take the ACT and only take it for the English and the math. Maybe because your science score and your reading score were pretty solid or whatever, or you can just go in and take it just for the math. but they're going to take your highest score in each one of those sections, and then they're going to allow you to use that to bump that score up, which the composite score up to your super score. Does that make sense?
Yes.
When you get these scores up higher, I had a 17, a 3.8 GPA. If I'd have gotten a 20 on my ACT, just 3 points, I probably could have went from getting no academic scholarships to probably getting anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000 per semester. Just 3 points more on the ACT, right? So we have in our app the ability for you to do practice tests, and you can work on getting your score up higher. It just takes work. You got to be willing to put it in. But you can come here under the colleges, and when you go under the colleges, you're going to have the ability to do research. So you can come in, and let's say I don't know particularly what college I want to go to, but I know the state because I want to get away from my mother and my father. They're in Missouri. I want to get way away from them. So I want to go to a college in Florida. So I'm just going to put in Florida, and it'll show me every college that is in Florida, right? So Florida Career College, Florida College of Natural Health. I never heard that college before in my life. Florida Gateway College, Florida International University, Florida Southern, right? So let's go to Florida in Tallahassee. So you click on that college. You want to do research on them. And then what you do is you come down here to your list because you can put as many colleges in here to do research on as you want to. So Florida State in Tallahassee. And basically now, boom, you have everything here. It's going to show you how much the in-state and out-of-state tuition is. They have 50,000 people that apply. They're in Florida, though. I guess that makes sense. That's a lot of applicants. 50,000 people that apply. Only 36% get in.
Wow.
So 18,000 out of 50,000 actually get in. They have a 61% four-year graduation rate. You can click here and apply to the college right here through this portal in our app. You can go to their website. You can do the financial aid right here. You can even look at the calculators on what it's going to cost you. You can come down here and see information on the average person's GPA is 4.07. Wow.
I wonder what is their top major?
Agriculture, but we'll look in here. I'll show you that. That's a good question. And so then you can come here and see what the average SAT and ACT ranges are. In our software, when you go in there and do your profile of your super score, it'll show where you are. And you see where I put that 36 in there for the math. And now you see I'm off the chart on where I am here in comparison to the average student that's down there. And so you can kind of do that. And then it tells you even in this crazy environment if they offer distance learning opportunities. And so you can kind of see all those. And then the average endowment there is like $4,000, which is pretty low for an endowment for a school that has the average GPA at 4.07. That's kind of low. That is kind of low. So real quick, I'm gonna walk you through something else. So do the math on this. I'm going to a college that's $35,000 a year. The average institutional endowment coming from this college is $4,000. It's $4,152. So if I just take $4,000 off of this $35,000, I'm looking at about $31,000 a year if I'm going out of state that it costs me to go to this college. So the average student, there's a 61% four-year graduation rate. So I would say 6 out of 10 kids are graduating in 4 years. So that's pretty solid. So if I take 31,000 times 4 years, that's 62. So that's 124,000, right? That's my 124,000 is my cost of graduation. Cost to graduate that college, not my sticker price, but the cost to graduate, right? So I'm going to come over here, and now the average GPA is 4.07, and you see that the range on the ACT is 26 to 30, but in English they're at the 32 range. So you kind of see they're not a slouch when it comes to ACT. So I'm going to come over here now, and I'm going to go to Duke. And again, we're talking about students that you have a pretty good resume. You have a good GPA, a 4.07. I mean, I think that's pretty good. So you come out here and let's go to Duke University. And now this is 77,000. So right. The other school was 35,000. This school right here is 77,000. So just off the sticker price alone, I'm going to probably say I'm passing on Duke because that's way too much money, right? Way too much. But check this out. Their 4-year graduation rate is 86%. If you come down here, their ACT is no joke, right? They're at 33, on the ACT. So, I mean, you may be off a little bit on that. But there's always exceptions. But I want you to see this grant. Their average institutional grant is $50,000. So if you're able to get in there, because you can fit the criteria, and if you start looking at this information as a freshman, sophomore, junior, and make sure you take care of your business early on, you could be in a position where this is possible for you to qualify to get in here. So if you do, and look at they have an 8% acceptance rate. They don't have as many applicants, but they only accept 8%. But if I take $50,000 off of 27,000, off of 77,000, I'm looking at $27,000 a year. And they got 86% of their kids graduating. So that's almost 9 out of 10. Right. So if I'm looking at 27,000, that's 54, that's 108. So it is about $16,000 a year cheaper for me to go to Duke. 16,000 cheaper for me to graduate from Duke than it is for me to graduate from Florida State.
So with that being said, Clyde, what are some of the key kind of questions that you suggest a family answering when they're choosing the college that their students should go to? Like, what are the major key factors that you suggest any family should look into?
First thing is you need to know your major. So like when we were going out there talking about the career assessment tests and stuff like that we do, you should know your major. And then I would go under the degree programs to kind of back that up. And so when you come out here, you're going to see that you can, let's say I want to be an engineer. Well, I want to see, okay, this is biomedical science. Okay, so do they have, what kind of, there's engineering, okay. So do I want to be a bioengineer? Do I want to be a civil engineer, electrical? So let's say I want to be a general engineer. Well, for some crazy reason, they don't show a bachelor's, which I would assume they would have to have a bachelor's if they have a master's, right? It's kind of seems like that would be obvious. But if you notice, for general engineering, they don't have a doctorate degree. So I want to find out if I want to go all the way up to the level of getting a PhD, do they offer that? Or at least do they offer having a master's degree in that particular field of study at that campus level? Do they have your major there? And can you potentially get a master's? Because nowadays, a lot of people are getting master's degrees. And so you can see like, I don't know what this is, genomics, anonymous. I don't know, but you can see like they have some of the things that are out here that you cannot necessarily see if they offer master's degree. Drama, they don't have that. For general theater, right? Design and visual communications, they don't offer a master's. So you really want to see if they offer a bachelor's or master's degree for whatever field of study you want to go in. And then once you know that you can check that one off, then the next thing I'm looking at is, am I cool with the culture of the school? And if I'm cool with the culture of the school by maybe doing the virtual tour, do I like the college campus, stuff like that? Then I want to go to the financial part, because that now is going to be the one because you don't want to graduate if you can go to a school that offers pretty much the same experience as another school, but I can graduate and have a whole lot less money in debt or no debt. So this here is what we kind of go through when we help the kids kind of learn about the university, the different things that they're saying. Can you see this? Because I toggled over. Okay. So you come out here and you can go into like what the school is rated for. You can do some information in here about what they're best known for. So best number one out of 1,300 colleges for athletics.
It has
Best
not
for public.
changed. You're still on Duke.
Oh, am I still on Duke?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on Duke. Can you see
Okay.
that? Because I just went over to Nick.
No, it hasn't went over to Nick.
Aha. So how do I switch that over? I don't know how to move that over to niche. Let me see if I can go back here to share. Give me a quick second.
Okay.
And see if I can share this out as another one. Let's see if I can switch this out. Edit. So let me stop sharing that. And then I'm going to share this screen here. All right, application window. Aha, I figured it out. All right, can you see this now?
It is. There it is.
All right, That'll work. I'm learning on the fly here. So you can come in here and it's going to break down that they're known for that university. So look here, you can see average SAT, ACT, application fee, all built in here. They show you competing colleges that are out there. And these competing colleges have endowments that are just as big as Duke. And so if you apply to those other universities, you can maybe get accepted into those colleges. And now you can start using those award letters to try to negotiate to get more money out of their endowment. And then as you go down here, it's going to show you some information as far as the average faculty. That's crazy. The student faculty ratio down here is 6-to-1. That's 6-to-1. Now you see why people have 86% of their kids graduating in 4 years. And then you can go down here and I'm trying to see like what major they're known for. I don't know if it showed it in here or not. Here it is. Computer science, economics, and public policy analysis. Those are the top three that they're known for their majors. There's other ones if you click here on more. And then you can come down and see what the average salary is. 84,400 is the average salary coming out of Duke. And then there's over 1,000 reviews. So you can come out here. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but his Duke is a great school with tons of academic, extracurricular, and social opportunities for students. Many of the Duke major minors are flexible and easy to combine. So you can go out there. I tell kids to read the excellent ones and then go through the terrible ones, and everything in between is in between. But kind of hear what the good people are saying and the bad people are saying to kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. So great resource to tap into. And then the last thing that I will share with you, and I'm gonna have to close that out before I share this other screen. So let me come back over here to StreamYard and reshare. Give me one quick second.
So as you're pulling that up, I know that you went to Pittsburgh State. What was some of the deciding factors that you did when you were getting ready to select the college you would attend?
You don't want to ask me that question. That is true. So my decision to Pittsburgh State was very simple. I was in the cafeteria. Shows you how old I am. They rolled the TV into the cafeteria. It wasn't on a flat screen.
With the belt wrapped around it.
Yes. Yeah, and the cord on the back that they had on the line.
Under the
yes.
On the second level.
They rolled it in. Yeah, that shows you my age, right? So they rolled that thing in the cafeteria, and all I saw was this great big old gorilla jumping up and down and acting crazy at the football game. And I said to myself, I have got to go down there. So the gorilla got me. I knew they had accounting, and I didn't have to do foreign language in order to graduate. They told me that in orientation because I could not stand foreign language. So once I understood that they had the gorilla, accounting, and no foreign language, I was pretty much in. Of course, basketball, but yeah. So don't follow my advice on any of that part. Yeah. So it was something else I was going to show. Oh yeah. So that's the last thing I want to show. So under the files, when you go out here, All of our students have access to this. And so when you are trying to do that appeal process that I was talking about, you can come out here and we have some sample appeal letters that you can tap into. And so we have, and some students have never seen an award letter to a college. So we have some award letters that you can view that are out here as well. Because I mean, some people are first-time college students. So, and here's a sample too. I think I clicked on the wrong thing, but appealing your award letter. So this here, our family would like to thank you for your recent financial aid award letter. However, we are very concerned with the results, and so you and you come out here, you state your case, and so we walk you through how to have the sob story and how to have the violin playing and all that stuff in order to get them to consider giving you more money. So, and for some reason I clicked and you can't see that because I just saw that it's not sharing that. So you have to take my word for it. So, because I had to stop and share and all that. But that in a nutshell is pretty much what I want to go over today is just that college selection process is something that you want to have a system to go after when you do your research. And you want to make sure that you know what you're up against when you get ready to apply. So, any other questions that you got for me? Hey, Ina, good to see you.
I don't think I have any more questions, but I think talking about the importance of really doing your research because that plays a intricate piece on what you'll owe after school. And then also it'll give you more clarity on the direction you want to go in your life. I think those reviews are incredible to look at because I do know of several students that have went to a particular school because maybe their friend or someone went there, then they get there and decide that the culture doesn't fit their needs. So reading the reviews and doing the research, it can be a boring task. But when you think about something you're getting ready to invest a significant amount of money in and time, you want to make sure that you do your due diligence. You just don't buy a car without test driving and looking at it. So I would definitely say that college is even bigger than purchasing that car that you've never seen.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I'll throw it to Ina. Actually, if you got anything you want to ask.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and start early. You don't have to wait to be a senior to start. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So start early. Start if you decide you want to go to college. Start in your freshman year. Start doing the research. Start talking to people so that by the time you get to your sophomore, your senior year, you have an idea of what your passion is, what major you want to pursue, what schools are on your short list. So it never hurts to start early.
Totally. Yeah, I agree with that. And for me, in conclusion is, and I've said this to like all my kids, and it's something that I wish I would have knew at an early age. Like, and my mom like didn't play. Like she was like, if you're not going to take care of your grades, you're not playing basketball. And because I was one of those kids, I tried this, and then I wouldn't be consistent with anything. I was just dabbling in everything. And when I finally started playing basketball, and I wasn't that good at all. I scored 2 points my whole the first year. I scored it with 20 seconds left in the last game of the season, and I had the same basketball number as somebody else. I was horrible, right? But it was something that I liked, and I was willing to put in the work that was necessary to get better with it, right? And so once I started getting good, I didn't want my mom to take that away from me. So I locked in. I went from being at a 2.1 GPA my first semester, my freshman year, to principal's honor roll the second semester because my mom was going to take basketball away. And I stayed on principal's honor roll the rest of the way through. And thank goodness for her being on me about that, because if I would have had a bad GPA my whole freshman year and maybe dabbled into my sophomore year, kids don't understand this, but when you get ready to go to college, it's a 3-year interview to get into college. People think you have your senior year. Really, to be honest with you, your senior year doesn't matter. So let me explain to you what I mean by that. You got your freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. You get those knocked out, right? When you go back to college your senior year, your first report card or your semester doesn't come to an end until right around the time of Christmas, right? The FAFSA has to be completed in October. So if the FAFSA doesn't have to be completed and you have to have that started in October, then that means that whatever you're putting on that FAFSA form as far as your GPA, your ACT test score and all that, that's due before your first report card even comes out your senior year. So what happens is you have a lot of people that are freshmen and sophomore and they're fluffing around and falling in love and not doing what they're supposed to be doing, listening to their parents. And then they try to get to their senior year and finally buckle down. Now, I'm not saying that it's ever too late, but you want to enjoy. I hope you really catch what I'm saying. You want to enjoy your senior year, right? You are the big young woman or the big young man on campus. You finally went from the bottom to the top, right? You're the senior and you got a yearbook and, all that. And so now you got prom. So now you want to enjoy that and not cram to get your GPA up higher, cram to get your ACT test score, SAT test score up higher. You want to enjoy being able to graduate from high school. That's an accomplishment. There's some people that are grown-ups and they don't have a high school diploma. So that's a great accomplishment. You want to enjoy that, but you don't want to get to a point where you're a freshman, sophomore, and junior, and then you don't take care of your business. So I'm really hoping that the same thing your parents are telling you that I just said it, right? Take care of your business early on so you can be in a better position. Last thing is when you get ready to go out there and you start looking at the different colleges that you want to look at, before you make a final decision, use logic, right? I know you like the gorilla. Right? I know you like the gorilla. I know you like, the basketball team or the football team or whatever they got going on down there. But I'm telling you right now, after you graduate from college, I have some great memories and they'll be with me forever. I mean, some funny stories that I would love to share one day out here. It may be one of those days or just a college reflection story day. We need to do that as a day where we can just have some other people just talk about crazy things that they did in college. Some things I will never share. So that will not be. But my point is, when you go to college and you get ready to make that final decision and then you graduate and all that good stuff, like really the only thing that really matters is that you have your degree in your hand, right? I mean, the experience and all that stuff is great, but when you get that degree in your hand, you don't want to have that degree in your hand and then in the other hand, you've got $100,000 worth of debt, where you can have a degree in your hand and only have maybe $15,000 of debt or no debt. Right. So we want to make a decision, not just off of emotion, but we want to make a decision based off of logic. And because you got to pay this money back. You got to pay it back. Right. So that is true. Right. So that's all I have for you today. I am grateful again to serve you guys and the families from all the school districts that are listening to us through the app and all those that are on our social media handles. Definitely give us a shout out from any way you want to. And if you guys are interested in promoting us to your local school district that doesn't have our program, or if you know any corporations that want to work with us in the capacity of being a sponsor, we are now rolling that program out where corporations can sponsor schools that may have limited resources into our program. So would love to talk to you if you have a corporation and you want to give back. So thank you and definitely have an amazing day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.